Order, all you maggots! I want.
Order.
Oh, Devan.
Hey,
Devan.
hey! I'd like to press charge. I'd like to press assault charges. Right now.
Stop!
Hey.
Devin, stop.
I got a gun.
I'd like
Devin, you will be charged.
Judge, please try him for assault and battery immediately, right now.
Well, don't worry, that's what we're gonna do. Devin, if you hit him within the next within this trial, well, let's just say there won't be very nice consequences. Order. So please present your opening case.
Okay, who's the plaintiff and who's the
defendant here is, I believe, Gooper. Okay.
By the way, are you recording this?
No, I'm not.
Roof, by the way. All right, so you know what? I'll be my own lawyer. You can do that. That's what Jeff Bundy did. Not that I'm in any way like him, but I'll be my.
All right, please step up, give your testimony.
I'm going to be 100% honest here. I do not understand what this trial is about. I'm the defendant. I should go second. You know what? You go first.
It was a nice day. So me and Gooper, we hopped on to play some video games.
You're not telling.
We got arrested.
Devin. You are doing what a witness should be doing. Opening statement. Say what I did, and say why it was bad, and say what you charged me with.
You betrayed your fellow partner in crime. You went through thick and thin, big trouble and little trouble, and you betrayed him. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
I'm not allowed to speak. This is my turn to speak. All right, would you please like to sit down?
I have anger, William. Big anger.
I'm going to be honest right now. I am very confused. I do not know where Minecraft begins, real life begins, A Way Out begins, and where all of that ends, and where it intersects. So I have no idea what's happening. But I can tell you for certain that I am not in the wrong, and that Devin is the person who did the big crime. And what did it cost him, I may ask? Well, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it only costs him small dimes, and that's what I'm here to defend against. And that's what I'm here to change. Devin needs to pay. He needs to pay big dimes for his big crimes, okay?
Yeah.
You call your first witness to the stand, Devin.
I am the witness. Ingrid decided to play this new, cool game called A Way Out. It was a really fun game. It was about these two big men, and they were like, hey, bro, you want to escape this prison together and be best friends? And we were like, hey, let's do that. And so they went through thick and thin together. Big trouble, little trouble, you name it. And then at the very end of all of it, Grant, the one I trusted most in this world, betrayed. He admitted he was an undercover cop and was gonna take me into the big jail. And that is what happened. If I can't pufferfish.
It's a very deep metaphor.
Wait,
I'd like to cross-examine immediately. Hello, sir. Would you like to state your name for the court records?
I am Mr. Devan.
I have one question to ask you. Did you, in fact, do big crimes?
Yes, we both did.
Yes! Sir, we have a confession. Sire, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we have a confession.
You committed the big crimes alongside me, so you're not...
First of all, that is not what I asked. Good sire. Second of all,
it's the fact that you were the one who committed the big crime.
I am exempted. I am exempted. Do you know why? Do you know why I'm exempted? Because I was an undercover police officer, and you can't accept that because you are still salty. Listen, he did big crimes. Did you, or did you not? This is a leading question, but you can't stop me. Did you or did you not kill upwards of dozens of people?
God damn it, Grant.
Did you or did you not? Answer the question. Yes, that is a yes. Did you or did you not steal the big black jewel that was important to the story?
Yes.
And did you or did you not aid in an illegal deal which ended in the death of mine own brother, Gregory? Greg, because you did the deal. You were with Harvey. Harvey did the big crime, and you were with them, so you helped with the big crime, and you did big crimes by yourself. Listen, I want you to sit down. Your time is up. Okay. For my second witness, I would like to call William to the stando power.
So if I was going to be
William.
Oh, okay, go
William, I hear you have a decent amount of experience, or at least you witnessed a small portion of the interaction that happened today. Can you explain to me what you think happened in your own words?
Well, if I'm going to be completely honest, I remember I was cooking some grilled cheese. I was eating that grilled cheese when I came up upstairs, and I heard some really nasty words being thrown around, like, "Oh, Grant, How can you do this?
Seems like something Devin would say, yes.
My memory's a bit foggy, but
That's completely okay. Completely okay.
it's a bit foggy, but what I do remember is that I remember Grant pulled the Uno reverse card and said, haha, I just caught you. And now they were dueling it out. Not with swords, but with gun. Police officer against non-police officer. Basically
Okay.
a civilian. And
Well,
then-
he was a criminal. Okay. Can I ask you up front, whom do you think is guilty in this case? Do you think I was in the wrong for doing what the law required? And do you think that Devin should have to pay big dimes for his big crimes,
Really,
which
may
not
or may
only
not.
include assault and battery against me,
wait,
right
may
here
or-
in this
Devin,
court?
silence.
In this
Really,
court.
may or
Devin,
may not.
silence.
The crime of being
Devin,
tried here.
Devin, it's not your time to speak. You have a cross-examination, don't you? William, may I ask, what is your opinion on this matter?
Well, it appears that Devin is the criminal, and of course without evidence stating that he is not the criminal, then I assume that he is the guilty one in this situation.
And I am, of course, in the right. That ceases my examination. Devin Kuhn, if you'd like to cross-examine, I now leave it open to you.
William,
Devin, stand
may I
here.
remind you that the
Devin,
charges for this case. Why do I stand?
just stand here.
Cross-examine. May I remind you that the charges for this case are not of armed crime and robbery, but of betrayal. Nothing else. They can be tried at a later time. Now, let me
Would it be more convenient to
Yeah,
try
why
now?
don't we just do it now? Because Devin, you're guilty of all those things.
That's not the time. We're doing
Why isn't it?
something different.
I think that is the
That's
time. I think we should
completely
charge you for your
different.
crimes.
We'll charge it later.
Hey, alright.
No, it's not your time
Devin.
to speak, Brand. We're doing
Alright,
a
Devin.
cross-examination.
Hey, hey,
Sir,
Hey.
bailiff. He just assaulted me in the courtroom.
Hey.
You saw it. You gave him a warning before.
Devin, what did I say about hitting?
Tax.
Hey, and you still owe me 40 emerald.
Now let me, apart from the crimes of assault
Why did you say
and
non-genocide?
genocide, no,
Oh.
apart from the crimes of assault and genocide, let me ask you again, who was in the wrong? The man who betrayed his friend, best friend, or the man who just wanted to have a good life with his family?
Objection, Your Honor. Objection. That is no. I can object.
Fine.
Would you like to sustain? Look, that is very clearly an incredibly biased question. It is leading. He is trying to get you to think a certain way by phrasing the question the way he did. You have to admit that question was
Yeah,
absolutely
it's
horrible.
objection.
Sympathy bait. Sympathy bait.
Objection.
You cannot object to my objection.
Devin, let him talk.
Is the objection sustained? You know, you did that question. Devin, that was a bad question. Alright, continue. This time, better questions, please. Thank you.
So, Devin asked the question in a non-biased manner.
Do you think it was wrong for this man here to betray his friend who had been with for months?
Well, admittedly, if I'm going to be real, I mean,
Was it
it was a big
wrong?
backstab,
Was
but
that's the crime we're charging him with.
But it was justified.
How
there are many examples of...
Man, if you were given the decision, would you choose between this man-made law or your own judgment?
What? They align. Alright, I say, you know what, I say
Even
cross-examination should come to a close. If you'd like, I'd like to, if you wouldn't mind, I'm gonna examine the next witness, Gooper. Okay. Hello, Gooper. How are you today? Yes, I'm very good, thank you. Okay, Gooper. I only have a few questions. So first of all, we all know that Devin did the big crimes. Do you think he should pay the big dimes for these? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Yes, I do think so. I think Devin honestly did some horrible things, and he has to pay. And frankly, I was completely justified because I was a police officer deep within my own heart, and that makes everything fine. And if you're asking me whether or not the betrayal, as it is put, as certain people like to phrase it, which is completely dishonest, but I'll ignore it for now, was it justified? Yes, it was, 100%. Even if it was, which I'm not saying it is, even if it was 100% justified because Devin is a big criminal, and I am a big law boy. It means I follow big laws and enforce them. And Devin just couldn't understand that. And now he's being snalty, and I think that's all I need to say. Okay, I'd like to thank you for your time. That's it. I'd like to thank you for your time. That's it. Okay,
Devin,
bye.
Devin.
Examination?
Please sit
He
down.
didn't cross-examine him though.
No, he didn't.
cross-examined you.
Hello, I'm Gooper. How's it going? My attorney went into that lengthy story.
I'd like to ask you a question. In what way was your decision justified?
Was my decision justified? Well, it's very simple.
How was it?
Oh, how was it justified? Well, you see, Devon was a criminal. He broke the law, and frankly, the law needs to be enforced. It's clear he was in the wrong here. And when you have a when you have a friend and they start doing something that is horrible, you have to leave them. You can't stand by them if they're doing.
it.
I did, but I did it because I was an undercover police officer. I'd like to clarify what I have done. I stormed a terrorist building and killed terrorists, something which I'm sure you, as the judge, can sympathize with, considering you have a plight of terrorists in your land right now.
Hold on a second.
I'm not appealing to emotions. I'm appealing to logic.
I think that's...
Didn't you said the word sympathize with, though. Wouldn't that be appealing to emotions?
Well, not sympathize. You're thinking empathize. Sympathize means relate to it. Surely everybody can relate to this situation of having a friend who is horrible in every way and does big crimes, and so you have to leave them. I think we can all relate to that. And frankly, I think Devon...
What's the big crime? What's the big crime?
Big crime! Would you like me to list them?
Yes.
You yourself said you grew up as a criminal. You've been a criminal your entire life. Second of all, you stole a grand theft. You stole a gem worth millions. Then you tried to sell it. That's illegal as well. You also hid it. You also aided another criminal, Harvey. That's another big crime. Guess what? You also committed various acts of violence against prisoners in a prison. You also escaped said prison. Listen, I think it's very clear. And second of all, I'd like to point out your son was horrible at basketball. Anyways, I think that's all.
Objection, that is irrelevant. No, you don't get it.
William, if you saw his kid play basketball, you'd know that it's relevant. You understand.
It's not irrelevant.
The court gives the punishment. Hey, Devon, get back. Stay. Alright, so the punishment is 1 Minecraft day in Boomer jail and a community service of no pay for the construction of the museum. Have a nice day.
And how does it feel to be a boomer? Boomer.
Hey Devon, you want some?
Wait, Devon, what was that? Okay, boomer.
Hey Devon, here's your prison food.
Dude, we got him. Alright, here's your prison food.